Hey there, so this video is going to help you recognize some weaknesses that you might have in the muscles that control or help stabilize or mobilize the scapula, specifically for the serratus anterior. So I usually notice this most whenever an athlete is learning how to hit the figure lat pose or the front pose, but I also notice it a lot whenever people just send regular progress pictures because of the way that their scapula are resting on their back. Specifically when the scapula are winging out. I'm going to try to add a picture for you so that you can see what I'm talking about when I refer to being winged out. It's even too difficult for me to demonstrate, but I'll do my best to just kind of explain what I usually see. So I'm sure that this has several reasons behind it, which I'm not going to go into in this video. I really just want to show you some exercises to help, or one exercise to help you activate your serratus anterior. The muscle that competes with the serratus anterior in relation to scapular mobility are your rhomboids. And a lot of times someone's rhomboids are tightened or in a shortened position. And the majority of the time we function in the middle of a muscle's ability to either flex or to either contract or to stretch. So for example, if I were to turn to the side, I want to have the ability to extend my arm, and that allows my scapula to wrap around my rib cage, but I also want to have the ability to retract my arm, which is the function of the rhomboid. So you'll see this done incorrectly a lot on the exercises of the lat pull down or cable row, but that's going to carry over even more when you move to free weights, for dumbbell rows, barbell rows, even pull-ups. You'll see a lot of people when they do pull-ups, they're not actually activating their lats at all. Their scapula pinched together, and it's a lot of upper trap, and it forces like internal rotation of your humerus. And that can be a wide variety of reasons too, such as your chest or your pec minor is overpowering another muscle as well. So specifically for today though, I just want to focus on helping you guys open up with your lats, which is really the functionality of having your scapula wrap around your rib cage more. So what I'll usually see in a progress picture is someone that has their traps that are flexed, like they put their arms by their side and their traps flex, just like this, rather than being able to put their arms by their side and their scapula retract but low. They don't spike up. So from the back it might look like this versus like this, okay? And just doing this just to demonstrate, I feel a lot of tension going on here. So what I usually see when someone is trying to flare their lats or learn how to flare their lats and they're just not getting it, they're not connecting with their lats, what I usually see is something that looks like this. They'll pinch and then they'll kind of lift their arms up. So they're trying really hard because in this position, I feel tight all through here. Nothing through here. My lat is not engaged at all. It's totally dead. It's totally turned off. Versus being able to drop your scapula down, wrap them around your rib cage, and flare your lats this way. So the cue for that, or it might not even be a cue because it might not be a neurological connection to that muscle yet. So this exercise will help you. And I would recommend doing this warming up, and depending on what your patterns are throughout the day, there would be no problem doing this 1 or 2, maybe even 3 more times during the day. You can start against a wall, but I'm going to show you at a slight incline just using my dining room table, but something like countertop height would be fine as well. So you're going to start by leaning against the table at a diagonal, and initially you want to contract your abs. You want to make sure that you're not in extreme thoracic extension like this, or lumbar extension. So you want to kind of tighten up your core, tuck your pelvis so you have a neutral spine. Arms are going to remain straight the entire time. So from there, you're going to retract your scapula. I call this part of it just relaxing, because you're literally taking a breath and you're relaxing. You're kind of sinking into your shoulders and just letting them retract. Now from this point, you're going to push out against the table or the wall that you're against, and you want to smooth out and round out your back. This is a common move this is a common move for the push-up plus. This is the plus part of the movement, okay? We're not gonna do the whole push-up. We're just gonna relax, and then we're gonna keep our arms straight and wrap the scapula around your rib cage. Now, the scapula is here. Your serratus anterior attaches to your ribs. So the serratus anterior is the muscle that you can see a lot of times on competitors, bodybuilders, either in their front pose or when they lift their hands up and hit their abdominal and thigh. It's the ridges that happen right here. Very aesthetically pleasing. What happens is that they're attached to the rib cage and they go underneath your lat and connect underneath your scapula. So what they help with, or what the muscle helps with, is to hug your scapula to your rib cage. And then it helps with that gliding motion so that it's normal when you reach forward, or when you're doing a row, or when you're throwing a ball, okay? Any of this forward motion, the serratus anterior assists with the movement of the scapula. Now on the flip side, your rhomboid helps with the retraction of your scapula so that this doesn't happen. So whenever you're doing a row and you're going like this, your rhomboid is not helping with that motion because your rhomboid needs to pull your scapula towards your spine. So this is going to help with your serratus anterior. Another video I'll do at a different time that will help with contraction of your rhomboid. But all of this is for scapular health, but it's also very aesthetically pleasing, and learning how to do these small movements is going to carry over to your training and help you connect with your muscles more intentionally. So again, we're just going to rest on the table. We're going to relax, take a deep breath, and then we're going to exhale, allowing the scapula to wrap around the rib cage. Hold that for a good 3 seconds. And again, take a deep breath and exhale. All right, if you have more questions, just let me know.